Greetings everyone and welcome. Thank you for joining us today for today's Tech Talk, organized by TechBairn in collaboration with School of Electronics Engineering of Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology. My name is Asma Mahyuddin and I'll be your host for today. Before starting today's Tech Talk, let us know a little about the esteemed organizers for today's virtual gathering. The School of Electronics of KIIT imparts cutting-edge skills through teaching. Here, students are trained in current technologies, analytical problem solving, and product design skills to be employable in the industry. The school has strategically partnered with industries to update its syllabus and has also introduced industry-based electives and facilitated internships for skill development. TechBand, the co-organizer, is a pioneer in edtech industry and is one of the fastest growing professional training platforms in the country. We have been awarded the best startup of the country of the year 2021 by Indian Achievers Award and most promising startup in Bhubaneswar by Startup Talkie. We are dedicated towards providing participants with a state of art in technology, and our goal is to involve more and more students into project and research topics which will help them understand the industry and deliver their work according to the industry demands. Hence, we have organized in collaboration with KIIT School of Electronics Engineering a series of tech talks in order to help the students from engineering backgrounds attain knowledge and gain experience from the professionals and experts in their fields of interest. So, I request you all to join our social media handles. The link will be provided in the chat box. Iqbal, please share the links. So, we are thrilled to be joined by our esteemed faculty members of the School of Electronics and Mr. Arindam Basak sir and Mr. Priyanshu Saxena sir, who is a technical analyst at Deloitte. Both of them have supported us and helped us organizing this series of tech talks that we are talking about. And I request them to speak a few words. Over to Professor Arindam Basak sir. Please say a few words.
Yeah. So, am I audible?
Yes, sir,
Yeah,
you're audible.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Ashma. Thank you, all the respected faculties present here. So, a very good morning, all. So, at first, I like to invite our speaker for the day, Mr. Siddharth Bhatter, founder and CEO, Karkhana Makerspace, CTO.Pkare, Tedx speaker. Apart from this thing, I like to welcome all the members from this community, TechBairn, and like Priyanshu, Ashutosh, then Iqbal, then Pratik, Asma, everyone. So this association with this TechBairn, actually we have started just a few months back, maybe 1.5 months maximum. When I can remember, I had a talk with Priyanshu and Ashutosh over a call regarding this association, and we started talking about this thing. And then actually this process started in a very fast manner, and we told Priyanshu and Ashutosh that if we want to do something, we have to start fast because the semester is starting, and we have to catch the students in early manner so that they can be involved with us. So then we have started this thing, and the first part of this association was this in tech talks. So I like to thank all the speakers for this webinar series, Mr. Siddharth Bhatter, Mr. Sambhrant Chaubey, Mr. Priyanshu Saxena, and Mr. Ashutosh Shandilya. So thank you everyone for giving your talk in this upcoming webinar series for the next 1 month, I can expect. And for the students, those who are present here, I am just telling everyone. So this is just a beginning for this association. With this association, we are actually trying to incorporate different technical aspects of the different skill set which is required in the industry. Obviously, that will help you to become more industry ready. It is not like the webinars only going to be conducted. We are next planning to give some hands-on workshops on different technologies which are actually happening in the industry. Apart from this thing, maybe some type of summer training and other type of some students chapter we are trying to involve, and we are going to start some students chapter in the university campus itself. Just a small thing I like to say, because when in the month of December, I think all the students, those who are present here from first, second, and third year, they received a mail from our esteemed Pro Vice Chancellor Madam, or maybe registered, said that the university is going to reopen. But as you know, due to this pandemic, the lead plan is little bit delayed. But obviously, that part, when you receive the mail, we have also received the mail, and that was little bit disheartening for us also, because we are trying to involve all these things in a physical mode, but still it is not a delay at all. So we are trying to start this process very soon with this association with TechBairn. So hope that we are going to have a very fruitful association. We are going to get a very means different type of aspects of technical thing with this association. And I like that these webinars will be very much helpful for all the students, those who are present here. And again, before just closing my closing my deliberation, so I like to thank again all the speakers and all the students, the student coordinators, and the personals from the TechBairn community, and all the students, my respected faculty members, those who are present in this meeting. I can see few faculty members are present here. So thank you all for starting this webinar series for the students of School of Electronics Engineering exclusively. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Priyanshu, sir, please go ahead.
Hello everyone, Priyanshu this side. So many of you must know me that I इतना भी बूढ़ा नहीं हूँ कि तुम लोग सर बुलाओ. I'm just a pass out from 2019. So yeah, I'm working with Deloitte, and with working with Deloitte, I'm doing different things in the field that is robotics, which I was involved in during my college days. And there is a lot of aspect that we ignore when we are in the college days, and we come to know. There's an exception over here, that is Iqbal. Apart from that, we come to know about that in later stages of our life. That yes, if this would have done in our college days, we would have been at much higher place than we are now. So the just to fill that gap, just to make that gap less, not to fill, I would say. So just to make that gap less, we talked with Arindam sir and me and Ashutosh, and we came up with this idea of tech talks. So coming to this tech barn, Ashutosh is leading it very nicely, and it's been like we have been provided opportunities from different institutions like Symbiosis and all that. But see, the कहते हैं ना कि दिल जहाँ पे होता है लौट के आदमी वहीं आता है. So I came back to KIIT. So with this deliverables, and let's see how it goes. This is just, as sir said, this is just a beginning, and I hope this goes ahead, and we are able to build more and more team, just like our society was built in. So yeah, that's all from my side. Sambhrant, if you'd like to speak some words, and then Siddharth sir, you can begin. Yeah.
Hey, hi all. First of all, very good morning. So yeah, this tech band, Ashutosh has done a wonderful job creating this opportunity, and it feels back home when we are going to speak something to our uh, fellow, our teachers, and for the students, for the juniors who are. Mm, who can gain from our experience what we have done, and what exactly what Priyanshu said, that whatever we missed in our college life, whatever we now feel that if we would have done, it would have been great. So that's what we are trying to deliver here. So yeah, this will be a very fun thing and a very knowledge parting thing, so please stay tuned.
Just to cut you in between, coming to sir's point that we thought that school would open. सर आपको शायद पता नहीं होगा, मैं 1 तारीख को भुवनेश्वर में ही था इन लोग से मिलने के लिए.
I know,
ठीक
I
है.
know.
So
याद है,
just from
इंद्रनाथ सर
Lucknow
बोले
I
मुझे.
traveled to Bhubaneswar to just hoping कि सब start होगा. But then yeah, it's disheartening कि चीजें start नहीं हो पाई, हम लोग मिल भी नहीं पाए. So we'll see. जब physical होगा तब मिलेंगे, but अभी के लिए it will continue the tradition in online. Yeah. Siddharth
Yeah,
sir.
right. Right. And another thing, just with continuation with Sambhrant and Priyanshu, we are very eager to start a student chapter of this TechBairn in our university campus itself for the students of School of Electronics Engineering. So after this webinar series is over for this next 4 webinars, within that time we'll start this student chapter, and the students, those who are present in this meeting, and even if in the next webinars, so all of will be part of this student chapter, because this student chapter not only help to grow you in a for the placement ready process, but also in the long run, whenever you are joining any corporate, this will also help you. Because what my feeling as a faculty from School of Electronics Engineering, in this online mode, the discussion in the classroom is actually missing. So if you join the student chapter, then maybe it is possible we can join in different type of discussion, different aspects of thing, and then actually the growth will be more for the students as far from your aspect, and also from my aspect also. Because from my side, I am also missing those classroom discussions very means in a very wide manner. Okay, so thank you. And I like to invite Siddharth Bhatter sir for giving his talk for this webinar. Sir was a very well-known speaker, and I am knowing Sir for a very long time. So then hand over to Asma. Kindly continue, please.
Thank you, Arindam.
Thank you so much. So let me introduce you, then we'll go ahead. Okay, in today's Tech Talk, we have invited Mr. Siddharth Bhatter, who is the founder and CEO of Karkhana Makerspace. Sir will share with us his experiences and knowledge on the topic IoT and Industry 4.0. Siddharth sir has pursued his MTech in Embedded Systems from Birla Institute of Technology and Science, Pilani. And as already mentioned, he's the founder of and CEO of Karkhana Makerspace and co-founder and CTO at Pkare Innovations Private Limited. He has ample experiences and knowledge in the field of IoT and embedded systems, and Siddharth sir has continuously involved himself in educating and encouraging young engineers and kindle the fire of innovation and creativity in them. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you guys have any questions during the speech, please type into the chat box and refrain from unmuting without purpose as it will cause a disturbance. Let me discuss the flow of the session. After Sir will finish, we'll have a question answer session of 15 minutes. So keep your questions for that. At the end of the session, we have a very important announcement to make, so stay tuned. So Siddharth sir, I now request you to continue. Please unmute yourself. Siddharth sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible,
Yeah.
Asma. All right. So thanks a lot for inviting and for the nice introduction. So once again, very good morning to all. I hope I am loud and clear to all, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I think with KIIT, I am associated with from the very long time, and anyhow, I got one angle as well. Okay, so just get in touch with you all. So this time, I got an opportunity with TechBairn and KIIT Electronics Department to again assemble between you. And yeah, because my domain is electronics and IoT, and I keep revolving around all this stuffs. As Ashma has already introduced, like I am into this technology from last, I think it's been 8 years for me. Currently, I am in Delhi, so yeah, but Bhubaneswar is kind of my god, you can say. So I am in Bhubaneswar from last, I think 8-9 years. Many of Priyanshu know me, and then sir is very well known to me, and I think Roshan has also met with me, something like that, right? So yeah, coming to the point. So this particular webinar or tech talk is basically uh, planned for the students who has just joined college or who are looking forward with their career in the industry, right? And with that particular speed, like how we are actually uh, speeding up our technology sector, okay, from the Silicon Valley to the Indian Silicon Valley, right? You can see the complete boost up in this particular ecosystem. So all the speakers, those who are invited, Priyanshu, Sambhrant, and me, we all are actually connected in one world, right? And technology is something that you all are using on the daily basis, and you know what's the advantage of it and what's the disadvantage of it. Okay, so I'm going to more focus on the industrial IoT and the IoT part, and I'm just going to show you a small presentation so that I can give you the clear aspect, because many of you may have um, some other prior knowledge related to IoT or maybe industries. Okay, so I'm giving you more precise knowledge of that about the industrial IoT and how anyone can focus their career path on that particular direction. Okay. All right. So now this time I'm not going to talk about the examples and all, but I will be more focused towards the industrial terms. Okay. And what all things are actually happening in the industry. Right. So before that, I'm going to start with one of the small video. Then I will come to the presentation part.
Pratik, switch out the screen sharing.
Yes, I'm sharing my screen.
Okay, sir.
I think on Google Meet I'm unable to share the sound, but I think video will clear most of the part. Okay, I think my video is visible to all. Please confirm.
Yes, sir.
So this video is basically related to the Bosch automation, where basically this is showing like how Bosch is adapting the technology, and I think Bosch is also the major recruiter from KIT University as well. Okay, so at the end of the day, if you are in Bosch, somehow you are related to that only, right? And it's not only the software domain. At the end of the day, that software is actually related to the complete automation, right? So starting from virtual reality, augmented reality, industrial automation, supply chain management, okay, in-house delivery and packaging, and like a lot of things are involved. Okay, so this video is actually showing you what all are what the technologies are basically using in the industry. Okay, now at the end of the day, industrial automation or AI, machine learning, these all are involved in the backside of the system, right? But what we see in the front side, on the front side is the machines, okay, and the people who are working over there. So this is a small example for you so that you can see yourself in such industry, such big industry, maybe in future or maybe somewhere outside India or somewhere inside in India, right? Yeah. So I think this video gives you a small clear idea what exactly the industry look likes and how you can touch the industry. Okay. So let me now start with my presentation. So let's talk about the industry Internet of Things. Okay. And if you have any doubt in between, you can drop your questions in your chat box or in your message. Okay. I will have a look. So when I talk about industrial IoT, and I just want from all of you, please don't make it as a one-side communication. Okay, I keep on engaging. So before starting with this particular question, can anyone put up their thoughts, like what you actually think about industrial IoT? Anyone? I think many of you have already searched this term, or maybe seen somewhere in your college, or maybe in your on social media as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
That I
so
hope.
like we all are listening to the term IoT and IoT everywhere, right? But if you see the ground reality, we as a consumer are not actually adapting the IoT right now, right? We are not having any kind of home automation. We are not having any kind of smart gadgets. I'm not talking about the smartwatch and the laptop and the mobile phone and the cameras. Okay, they are not at all smart gadgets right now. Mobile phone is a smart, right? But that's not a. It's a part of an ecosystem of IoT, but currently it's not a dedicated IoT device. Okay, so if I talk about the industry, yes, this is a very huge market and the billion-dollar market of industrial IoT, which is currently right now. And even I can say the companies who are actually involving in this and evolving with this particular technology are actually making a lot of money. Okay, or you can say a lot of advantage as a company. Okay, so if I talk about IoT, okay, so this will be the flow that we will discuss today. Now, we have started our journey for the first industrial revolution in 1970s, 80, right? Where we basically introduced with the mechanical tools or the mechanical machines, right? Then we jump to around 18, have seen the first production line, the car manufacturing, the diesel engine, the petrol cars. We have introduced with the electricity, something like that. Okay. Now in 1970s, where system is introduced and the computers are come into the game, that is the era of industrial third revolution. Now here, when we are in 2020 right now, okay, it's a time of industrial 4.0 where you have seen with the day on day basis, every single device is going to connect with the internet. Okay, and now in 2022 right now, you can see every device has the ability to connect with internet directly or indirectly, right? And you can imagine in last 2 years after the pandemic, okay, those who doesn't know how to use internet, they are also now making reels and Instagram videos, right? So you can imagine how easily a human can adapt the technology once it's become a necessity, right? The same you have adapt the smartphone, our parents had adapt the smartphone. The same uh, you have adapt this online and Zoom culture. Okay. So in the same way, when there is a necessity of Internet of Things products, definitely you will all invest our money. I will also invest my money, okay, to upgrade myself or maybe for these type of smart gadgets, right? Now, what's the aspect like what we actually see as an industry? I'm not talking about the home, okay? I'm just talking about the industry. So with the help of Internet of Things, the first thing that we actually get is the data. Okay. Let's take a very simple example. Uh, all of you have that water pump in your house, right? That water pump. Okay. जिससे पानी जाता है आपके water tank पे. So that water pump is very important for us for the daily basis. Now someday, suppose and imagine that water pump stop working. Okay. Now what you will do, right? You will call that this one water person and this pipe and this one, okay, plumber, and he will come to your house. He will check everything. It will take around maybe day or I think I'm audible, right? Yeah. So keeping that thing in mind, now imagine it's a Tata Motor industry and they are having thousands of machines like that. Okay. And if one machine will stop at a particular time, it will be a huge loss for the production. Okay. There they follow some industrial standards like Six Sigma and the product management, the project management like that. Okay. Where they have to keep a timeline, they have to keep a budget, they have to keep the team. Okay, error percentage, everything they have to count. So how machine tells, like I'm going to damage in some time and I'm not producing well. Okay, so how they do, basically they install some sensors on the machines. Okay, what you actually call is as a industrial automation. Okay, so automation is nothing but installing the sensors and the actuators with your current machines, and they will generate the data. Right now, what type of data you actually need, that depends on the application. So they will generate the data, and that data is the actual asset for any company. Right now you are saying, sir, I am a machine learning engineer. So without data, how you can be a machine learning engineer, right? How can you be a data scientist, or how can you be the you can say, even if you want to gain a way, if I talk about the IoT part, the same thing will happen over here in the industrial 4.0, where every single machine, even as a human, if I am having that smart watch right now, so I am generating a lot of data in a day. Okay, and at the end of the day, you will sync your data with your mobile phone, and mobile phone will sync the data with the cloud. Okay, and on the cloud, some machine learning algorithms are running, where they start the prediction model. Okay, they put your data in your prediction model, and they will predict, like, yeah, today if your body temperature is this, maybe next day your body temperature is this, or maybe after that day your body temperature is this, something like that, right? So I hope all of you are getting my point, how industry is looking forward with industrial IoT. Okay,
Yes, sir.
now coming to the next point, I'll not take much of the time. So Internet of Things is particularly just want to reduce the waste that we are generating. Now the waste can be of any time, or anything, like it can be of material, it can be of time, it can be of quality, right? And at the end of the day, we want to increase the efficiency, because we want to increase the numbers, right? Numbers in the sense of profit. Okay, that's why we need IoT, and industries are very practical in terms of adopting the technology. Okay, because as an industry, they know without technology they cannot survive. In today's, in I have visited many industries in India now. So far I can see still they are using the traditional methods of working, and because of using the traditional methods of working, they are actually creating a lot of loss over the year. Okay, imagine you have installed one robotic arm, and robotic arm is just placing from here to there every day. Okay, without stopping for a single minute. Now obviously, if you put a manpower, it will minimum charge you 12,000 to 15,000 rupees for doing the same work, and it can only be efficient for up to 8 hours. Okay, so you can imagine the cost of that particular person over down the line up to 5 years or 6 years. Okay, then the same work can be done by the machine with the similar cost. Okay, with a high rate and the high efficiency. So this is how we can judge the things. If I talk about the industrial data flow, so in the industrial data flow, we can actually manage starting from the raw material till the production stage. Okay, even the end mile delivery. So there is a one very known startup from KIIT University, that is FarEye. Okay, and recently they got listed in Nasdaq. I think maybe in November, or I think in August around. So that is a startup started from KIIT University only. It's a last mile delivery startup, where they have actually created a complete system, the delivery management system, right? Starting from the source to the destination. Okay, so this is how IoT can help you out. So they actually, in the industry, we follow the SIM model. Okay, CIM, where we keep four things on mind: collection, coordination, sharing, and transmission. Okay, it means we have to collect the data, we have to coordinate between all the machines with the help of M2M protocol or maybe any other protocol. Okay, we have to keep on sharing the data with the admin, and the transmission to the cloud or maybe the other users. Okay, let's imagine. So Ashok Leyland, okay, the Ashok Leyland is a truck manufacturing company. They are launching their smart trucks because Indian economy is actually run by the truck or the truck drivers, right? Now imagine for a single day, if you have ordered something from Amazon and you are not getting delivery on time, as a customer, you get easily, you can say, like anger or something like that. Okay, why? Where is my order? Why I have not received the order on time, and what happened? Because as a customer, I don't bother about a single minute of delay, right? So to fulfill my end-to-end delivery, also a part of that particular system, right? So if I keep a track on my truck status, example, where it is currently located, what is the status of my truck, maybe truck is faulty or not. So McKinsey is associated with Ashok Leyland, and they are creating a complete ecosystem for Ashok Leyland. Okay, I hope everyone knows about the McKinsey company, right? So like that, how companies are collaborating, okay, and like making something productive for the other companies. Okay, so here also comes a part of connected cars and all. So this is a sim model, and I'm just quickly going from this side. So we have a production management, supervisory, and automation control. These all are connected in the same ecosystem. And starting from this, you can see the real-time part. We have a complete plant. On that particular plant, we have some control bus. Okay, then it will go to the particular this you can say a triangle part, and then to the command and the information center, where you can see the sensors, actuator, PLC, SCADA, ERP systems, and everything which is connected to the complete ecosystem of the network and the data, right? We had two type of protocols in the industry. You will also learn various protocols related to the computers and the automation in your college. Okay, so this is one part. Now if I talk about, I'm just leaving all these things. Okay, yeah. So coming to this is the complete involvement of IoT. So if I mark starting from this, see, if somebody is from computer science or many other branches, you are also a part of ecosystem. Please don't feel like what's the role of computer science over here. From this part, everything is handled by the computer science engineer. Okay, also here as well, most of the things are done by the computer science engineer, but yes, because it is more of the hardware part, so in the depth you can be a embedded engineer, you can be a firmware developer, you can be a protocol engineer, you can be an analog or digital system engineer, right? You can be a PCB designer, you can be a VLSI engineer, something like that. Okay, so it's a very huge industry. You can imagine a Samsung is a semiconductor industry, and also the phone manufacturer, gadgets manufacturer. But still, the core of the company is semiconductor. So in India, you have seen the last month, Mr. Modi has said like we will boost the Indian startup ecosystem and also the semiconductor ecosystem, the electronics manufacturing ecosystem, and they have allocated something thousands of crores, okay, particularly for this industry. So the next 15-20 years of Indian ecosystem will be on the semiconductors. So those who are jumping into this field, yes, you will definitely have a bright future. Okay, and it's again $1 million economy, because without semiconductors you cannot do anything. Okay, mainly means you can imagine anything which is around you as a gadget must have the electronics or must have the system, right? So this is something, the data flow of a factory, starting from the sensors, actuator, PLC, SCADA, control bus, servers, then your IoT gateway, analytics, edge computers, and the cloud part. Now the major role which actually as a developer you will be going to play as a fresher, I am saying, if you want to become an expertise, you can start coming to this side of the system, right? So what you will do, you will set up a cloud infrastructure, right? Now, what is this cloud infrastructure? Let's talk about this. for just 5 minutes. So I think this is also visible, right? Yeah. So the companies who are actually into this cloud ecosystem, I'm just putting up some names over here. So Cisco is a very big company in the networking domain. Okay, and they are also creating a huge ecosystem of Internet of Things, because at the end of the day, internet will work when we have those Ethernet cables, routers, hubs, switches, and all. Okay, so Cisco is the, you can say, backbone of this ecosystem. Okay, then we have Ericsson, again a major leading player in the networking sector, where they provide you the connectivity, mild to end-to-end connectivity. You can say it is a 2G, 4G, 5G, or maybe 6G, right? So they are in this ecosystem where they are providing you the network. So we all are just waiting for 5G. Yesterday I was discussing with some other person. He said like Jio will launch their 5G next year, and it will cost you around 1500 rupees per month. Okay, but to get the proper advantage, and every company will come to the 5G by 2024. Okay, with the price bracket of 800 to 1000 rupees per month. Okay, so you can imagine this will be the rate, but the data speed is very high, means you cannot even imagine right now. Okay, so this type of things will going to happen, and many companies have collaborated with Ericsson, like Airtel and VI, Vodafone Idea. Okay, this is General Electric, very known company, and like they are actually booming in this industry. Okay, and they have set up various, like you can say, very precise sensors in some of the sophisticated parts. Like they are more into this aeroplane manufacturing, jet engine manufacturing, rail engine manufacturing. Then also they are into train engine manufacturing. Okay, and they have also created various transformers all around the world, the biggest transformers. They are into green energy, something like that. Okay, so they are doing a lot of work over there. Then we have a very known company, IBM. How can we forget this?
Sir,
So
excuse me. Are
yes,
you, are you sharing your screen?
yes, I think it is shared, right?
No, sir, it's not visible.
Oh my God, very sorry, guys, very sorry. I
It-
think please check again.
Yes, sir. Now
Yes,
it's
sir, it is visible.
yes, sir.
Oh,
Thank you.
I'm just quickly overview. So I was just showing you the logos, by the way. So
Yes, sir.
as I talk about the Cisco, okay, then I talked about Ericsson, then I talked about GE. Okay, now I was on the IBM part. Very sorry for that, guy. I've not seen that. Okay, so if I talk about the IBM, yes, again a major recruiter from KIIT, and IBM is also into this IBM Watson and all. You have heard about that. Okay, so IBM is a major player in the IoT, because the protocols that has been set, like MQTT or the Node.js, okay, the Node-RED, something like that, they have that, these are designed by the IBM. And it's not a new company, it's a very old company. So they are the, you can say, pillars of the complete technology which is currently going on this planet. Okay, then how we can forget Microsoft? Okay, so Microsoft Azure is the complete cloud platform where you can uh, bring IoT networks, and also you can connect your IoT part with the different data analytics and the machine learning and the AI and the augmented reality. Next year, Apple is also going to launch their glasses, smart glasses, which are actually connected with the internet. And just hoping for the best, they will get the proper bandwidth. Okay. Then Bosch, I have just shown you one video of Bosch as well. So like this, these companies, there are several companies as well. I'm not saying these are the limited ones. Okay, there are 1,000 more companies if you go in Bangalore or maybe Noida, Gurgaon somewhere. Okay, so there are thousands companies. But the next big question which anybody can ask me right now is, so from where should I start my career? Okay, so being an electronics student, I would say start working from platforms like this. You have already seen this. I know many of you have seen this. This is very known. This is also very known, ESP8266. If you talk more of the industrial part, this is also a sensor. Okay, this is a Wi-Fi module basically. Okay, one of the smallest Wi-Fi module you can say. And then we come to the part of Intel Edison, Intel Galileo, Banana Pi, BeagleBone, Node MCU is very common between you all. Okay, this is Flutter. It's not a Android, by the way, not an Android Flutter. It's a hardware name as Flutter. Okay, this is the company name Chip, which is having the LoRa module and many other hardwares. Okay, starting from the different companies. Now, what are these hardwares? These are not a product, by the way. These are just prototyping boards where you can create a prototype. Okay, the moment you create a prototype, then you will start towards the product part. Okay, so every company who is into the hardware, okay, starting from Intel or
Sir, Siddharth sir,
yes,
sir, I think your screen is not sharing the same thing which actually you are telling. It is actually showing Cisco only.
Yes,
I
sir.
think some big problem is going on. Uh, Now it's
Now it's
fine.
okay. Yes, yes. Yeah, now you are getting the screen other hardware platform.
Just please confirm, okay, once again, if you are able to see the change,
We
Yes,
are
sir.
able to see.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
now
Now
it's
we can
okay.
see the change.
Yes, sir. Now we can.
right? Okay. So I was talking about IoT hardware platform where many of the students who have started working on Arduino or Raspberry Pi, something like that, they have seen these common platforms. The first common platform is the Raspberry Pi, right? Many of you have seen this and maybe on the internet due to the projects and all. So it's not about using the Raspberry Pi, okay? Just focus on the part, because what I have seen in my last 8-9 years of career, students think Raspberry Pi is just a board where we have to just plug in few things and the things will happen and my work is done. No, it's not like that. Okay, we have to change the perspective of seeing the things like this. Okay, so Raspberry Pi is a board which is having a Broadcom processor. Now, if you check the you can say the advantage of Raspberry Pi, you can design the own firmware, you can design your own kernel, you can design your own system. You can say the CPU, right? So, and even many companies are actually using Raspberry Pi for completing their complete product design. Okay, so on these type of boards like Raspberry Pi, Arduino, I think many of you have done work with us. But if I say how you convert your Arduino project to a product, then again many of you will stuck, right? The reason is because we are just into the product, you can say project stage, right? We have never focused how to convert our project into a product. Okay, the challenges will start from their part, that part. Okay, so if you see the industry in depth, this has changed the complete IoT ecosystem. This is ESP8266, the smallest Wi-Fi module so far. Then we have Intel Edison. Now, companies like Intel also jump into this market because there is a lot of community all around the world who can make something. But still, if you see the hardware side of the ecosystem, you will only find the limited boards in the market, only Arduino and Raspberry Pi or Node MCU, the three boards for making something. But if you talk about the software part, you have several programming languages to do the same thing. Why? Because in the hardware, creating something which is more feasible, creating something which is more practical is very hard. Arduino is not at all new. It is in the market from 2005. It's been 17 years. Okay, and still we are running the blinking LED. So the reason is because every year we have someone new and he wants to learn the something same, and he will upgrade into the particular domain. Then we have Intel Galileo. It's a completely high-end processing board. I think it was now obsoleted by Intel. This is Banana Pi. You can say a bigger version of Raspberry Pi. Okay, but it's not from the Raspberry Pi company. It's from the Banana Pi company. Then again we have BeagleBone. It's a kind of a similar board of the Raspberry Pi. Okay. Then very common, the Node MCU. Now why these are common? Because they are cheaper. Okay. It's from the same company, ESP8266, who's manufacturing Asperif Systems, Flutter, Chip, and yeah, these other hardware companies are also there. Okay. So you might have heard about Qualcomm, Texas Instruments, MediaTek, Broadcom, right? Microchip is also there in KIIT University. So these type of things you will see when you jump into this ecosystem, if you are in the hardware part. If not, so then you can play around with the complete backend of the system, which is the cloud domain. Okay. So using REST API, Node.js, backend, front end. Okay. These type of systems you can design. So this is a complete aspect of complete IoT ecosystem, okay, which you can see and how you can work in this domain. Okay, so this is a small part and the presentation from my side. I hope I'm able to give you a small idea of how technology works and what are the things involved in the IoT 4.0. Right. So I think I'm open for the questions and we can take the questions. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So, my dear students, if you have any queries regarding IoT, embedded system, and all what Sir has told, anybody having any queries, please raise your query, or if you have any point to discuss with our with Sir, then please discuss. Okay. Anybody having any queries, please. So, Sir, I have a query. Sir, as you told that this is the embedded system and how the embedded system and IoT is actually evolving. So, what is the relationship between this? Means just a basic query, I think. So, the relationship between cloud and this IoT means because I am teaching cloud this semester. So my query is that, for example, I am talking about any microcontroller, maybe it is Arduino or maybe, for example, Raspberry Pi. So can we access cloud data with this type of microcontroller, or a different type of cloud activities with this microcontroller? This is my basic question actually.
Right. So yes, Aruna sir, basically if I talk about the complete IoT part, the data which is generated from the hardware side, it's an embedded system, right? The embedded system which is connected to any network. It can be a wireless network, it can be a wired network, okay? And it can be through Wi-Fi, it can be through Bluetooth or any other wireless technology. Now, at the end of the day, if you want to see the data, you have to transfer the data to any particular system, okay? So because it's a IoT part, it is a global and worldwide network. So you have to upload your data on the cloud. Now, how you can upload? You can connect some Wi-Fi modules, you can connect some Bluetooth modules on your hardware, and you can transfer the data to the cloud. And also with the help of HTTP and UDP and TCP/IP, you can also retrieve the data from the cloud. Okay. So just I'm giving you a very simple example. You have seen various home automation systems over the internet. With the help of single button, I can turn off many appliances, right? Now, how we can turn off? Because all the devices are actually fetching the data from a single pointer or single location. Okay. So these complete flow is designed on the cloud part. This is how cloud is connected with the device.
Okay, sir, I got it. So actually, this was a basic doubt in my mind actually. So how to incorporate this cloud with
Yes,
this
sir.
microcontroller? Yeah,
Because
thank
a
you, sir.
lot
Thank you.
of things are actually, see, the data communication is very easy, but also we have to keep in mind whenever we are transferring the data, it should exactly reach our destination because we are, I think 80% of the world is on the dynamic IP address, right? So if I talk about the technicalities behind the scene, yes, there is a lot of technicalities. And if we are not secure, okay, so maybe our data can be hacked by someone. So IoT security is also one of the major concern. So you will find more security engineers in near future.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Uh, Excuse me, I'm very sorry to interrupt. So
Mhm.
I request all the participants to fill out an attendance sheet because we have to mark the attendance. So you may see the link in the chat box. So fill the form and ask the questions. You will not get this opportunity in the next session. The next session will be on another topic. So ask your questions, ask your doubt, ask what is IoT. Any kind of questions will be appreciated. Be a little more interactive. I'm talking to everyone. So unmute yourself or write in the chat box.
Sir, I have one question
Mhm.
that if I want to launch a product in the market,
Mhm.
so will I make the product from Arduino or I have to design the product of Arduino or I have to use the ESP8266 to make the product or
Mhm.
means or industrial product made for different means for different boards.
So yeah, it's a very good question, by the way. And yeah, we are in an open ecosystem, okay, and no one is going to restrict you what you are exactly using until and unless it is accurate, okay. So it's not like Arduino is not at all a industrial accepted thing. Arduino is not at all a semiconductor company. First of all, we have to see this, okay. They are just a software company who is designing the firmware and the programming IDE. Okay, if we have closely look at the Arduino, they are not designing the IC, the main IC. The main IC is designed by microchip. Okay, so if you know how to program that chip and whether you are using Arduino IDE, whether you are using Microchip Studio, okay, you can create a product out of it. And even I am one of the person who is creating the same product from the Arduino only. Okay, and it's currently in the market as well. So it's not at all like who like one is going to ask you. But yeah, one thing you have to keep in mind, this domain is very specific. So there are a lot of certifications are required. Okay, let's suppose if you want to launch a smartphone, so you need various certifications. If you want to launch a automation product, you need various certification from the different certification bodies, because you cannot simply come up with any product in the market without the authentication and the verification, right? But yeah, you can create a product out of Arduino, ESP8266, and whatever you want to use.
Okay, sir. One more question related to this.
Mhm.
For example, I make a product and I
Mhm.
want to sell in the market. Then,
Uh-huh.
for selling in the market, what is the procedure we have to follow?
So yeah, suppose you have successfully created a product, okay, and you have already verified, tested, and everything is done from your end. Now it's a time to market your product. Now, yeah, it's a kind of a startup like question, first of all. So for marketing your product, it depends, first of all, what is your product and what is your target audience, okay, and how you acquire the customer. So the very first thing is the social media, which you can come up with. And if you are a college student, you can even start from your college campus only. Okay. You can put some samples in your college campus. You can put some samples in your college classrooms. Okay. And like that, from you can start. But if you talk about the complete whole ecosystem, you cannot directly come into the market. You need a market validation, first of all. Okay, thousands of companies are creating a product in a day, but everyone is not coming to the market because market should accept your product. Okay, so you have to analyze either your market is either your product is market fit or not, and also it is demanded by the market or not. There are many engineers I have seen, so they think my baby is super and he can take the market. Okay, But it's not like that. If market is not going to accept your product, how can you sell your product? Okay, so this thing is there. And yeah, but for more precisely, it completely depend on your product and your consumer base. Okay, if you are making Apple phone and you are targeting uh, somewhere in the Mizoram, so you will not find crores of business. Okay, so you have to come to Delhi, Noida, Gurgaon, Bhubaneswar, tier 1 cities. There you will only find the people with the capital. Okay, so this type of things you have to do a lot of research if you talk about the marketing and the selling part.
Okay, sir. Do we have any legal procedure, means from the government, that if you want to sell the product, then you need this certification, or any process you have to follow?
So yeah, see, if I say there are two type of players in the market. Okay, one player is a Chinese player kind of thing. Okay, where you just design something and directly start selling it. Okay, no one is going to ask you whether it is authentic or not. If you, at the end of the day, if you are making a sale, it's fine. Okay, but there is another domain where we actually deals with the consumers. Okay, let's take an example. You purchase a electric scooter. Now, I don't know like how many of you know, you have heard the name of Yo Bikes,
Yes, sir.
right? Yo Bike is an electric scooter which was launched in 2008. Okay, but that time it was launched by Chinese companies in India. Okay, and I am also one of the user of that Yo Bike at that time. Again, after 10 years, the system is repeating itself. But now this time, the Indian companies are coming up in this ecosystem like Ola and all. Okay. Now, if you are coming up with that particular product with a huge consumer base, you need a different certification and the validation from the industry. Like your battery should be certified. Okay, your product should give this much amount of mileage. So that will create a authentication for the customer. Yes, this product is authentic and I should go for it. So there are two types of companies there in the market. It's a very layman example I can give. आप मार्केट में चीनी खरीदने जाते हो तो कोई पर्सन रिलायंस फ्रेश से भी चीनी खरीद सकता है और कोई पर्सन लोकल मार्केट से भी खरीद सकता है. जब आप लोकल मार्केट से खरीदते हैं सो यू विल नॉट आस्क कि ये क्लीन है या फिर डर्ट फ्री है या कहां से आई है. नो वन इज गोइंग टू आस्क. बट इफ यू गो टू रिलायंस they have put up a trust brand. Yes, it is a Reliance pre-processed. It will be fresh. It will not harm my body, something like that. So this is how things work.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, one more question is there. For example, if I make a design of any product, okay, but we don't have the industry to manufacture it. Okay, so can you give some idea about how we can get the manufactured product from my idea from any industries?
Okay, sure. So see, it's a very genuine question, and there are many companies who are actually lacking on this particular part. So the Indian manufacturing ecosystem is very limited. Okay, and you cannot, as a startup or as a beginner in the industry, you cannot set up crores of manufacturing plant in a day. Okay, it requires huge investment. So let's say if you're creating something, a water bottle. Okay, you want to create a water bottle. Now for manufacturing that water bottle, you need that injection molding machine. So the minimum cost of that injection molding machine is 20 lakh rupees, right? And then you need a space, you need various other technologies involved in that particular system. Now there are various companies who actually outsource and manufacture for you with a white label. Okay, so let's say you want to manufacture some PCB. So there are various PCB manufacturers in India. There are various injection molding person. There are various battery manufacturing person who can customize the product as per your requirement. Okay, so the possibilities are also in India, also in China. If you target China market, you can also go to Alibaba.com. You can see the various companies over there who are doing the same stuff, and they are ready to do R&D for you. They are ready to do manufacturing for you. They are ready to do everything for you. They can even manufacture a complete product, white label it, and send it to you in India, right? But you can see the getting the complete product from China is very difficult. So you can purchase in part by part and assemble it in India. So you can see the companies in India who are actually creating the semi products. Okay, they are not fully assembled or fully manufactured in India. Okay, the raw material and the base PCBs are coming from outside and assembled in India. So that's how you can find out. And for finding it out, the Google is the best thing. And also, few industries are there who are actually helping out the other companies, kind of a consulting, you can say. So the consultant will do the same work for you. It's like a sadhu.com.
Okay, thank you, sir. I think there is no more question, so we can proceed with the.
All right, cool. So once again, thank you everyone for the opportunity, and thank you Arindam sir and TechBairn and KIIT University for this. I hope I'm able to give you some good insights of the industry. So once again, thank you everyone.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving me for giving us such great information. So, guys, so as I had already said, we will be having an important announcement at the end. Um, I just want to confirm if you guys have filled the attendance sheet that was given out in the chat box. Iqbal, please reshare it as some people just joined. Reshare the link. Yes. So, guys, can you please raise your hands? I just don't feel like everyone is interactive here. So, raise your hands once. Everyone. Okay, so write in the chat box which years are you from, like first year, second year, third year, and your branch. I just want to see, I just want a little interaction from the audience, because I feel like this webinar is very dry. You guys should interact. You guys should. This is not an online class, so you should just interact right in the chat box. Okay, nice. So Shivam is from second year ETC. Okay. All right. Sumit, Partha. Okay. Nice. So this is the kind of interaction we wanted from you guys, but I don't know why you guys are not writing anything in the chat box or not unmuting yourself. You guys won't get this opportunity to speak with professionals. Although we guys have tried to bring you like the best possible people we could bring, and we have arranged these tech talks for you guys only, so that you interact with the professionals in their fields, right? So you guys have to speak up, you guys have to interact in these sessions. It will be beneficial for you guys only, since you are new, like some are from first years, third years, okay, second years. So you guys will get experience while interacting in these sessions. Okay, so fill out the attendance sheet once again, guys. Okay, many of you have not raised your hands. I guess you have just left your laptops. Okay, so just give me a minute. Pratik, share your screen, please.
Yeah.
So, TechBrain is going to open a chapter in KIIT. TechBrain is going to open a chapter in KIIT that is somewhat like a group of individuals that will come together, who have mutual interest in fields like electronics, embedded systems, IoT, and all that. We will talk about it. Pratik, share the present.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Is it visible?
yeah, it's visible. So TechBairn is going to open a chapter in KIIT. We aim at creating a community of like-minded enthusiasts who will be working together on the fields of interest, with professionals adding to their skills. The program will include regular sessions, tech talks, webinars, live projects, internships, etc. Domains will be divided into categories like embedded systems, IoT, web development, machine learning, content writing, and much more. Register with us, groom your interests, and registration link is in the chat box. So, as you can see in the presentation, we are creating a community. You guys can register with us, you guys can join us. We will have webinars like today, and we'll have a number of projects. We'll work on projects, we'll work on, you guys can just lower your hands, okay? Just lower your hands, all of you. Okay, so we guys will have projects. We guys will work on all of the technology that we are going to have tech talks on in the future sessions, and we'll work together with professionals so that we gain knowledge about technologies, the current market, the current trend. We'll be, we'll be joining together, and we'll have a society-like group of ourselves. So we are bringing a lot of industry leaders and entrepreneurs to the same place and give students exposure and opportunity to interact with them. And we will also provide paid internship jobs at TechBairn for students who will outperform themselves. As you can see in the presentation, how many of you are interested? Just raise your hands. How many of you are interested in joining us? I see a lot of responses. Good. Okay, thank you so much for being so interactive. So you guys have to follow us. You guys have to fill the registration link. Just fill up all the details, and we'll be, recruiting students from KIIT. Uh, next slide, please. Yeah. So as you can see, TechBairn KIIT chapter leadership team. So our faculty advisor, Dr. Nirmal Kumar Raut sir, Dr. Arindam Basak sir. Team members are Roshan Kumar, Mohammad Iqbal, Asma Mahideen, that is myself, Pratik Lahiri, and Avik Sikdar. So these are the team members right now. So we are expecting more people to join us, and we'll have a number of domains. Whatever domains you guys like, you would have to join those, or you can just join many domains, at a single time. So if you guys have any question about this, this team, this chapter that will be open in KIT, or any question about this tech talk in general, just speak up, or just write in the chat box. It will be fine. Be interactive, guys. So you guys have no questions. You guys have totally no questions about this tech talk. Like, this is a very, very important thing in your engineering career, because we all have to be, we all have to choose our domains for specification, right? Like, you have to select a particular domain that you want to work on, right? So just ask any questions that you have regarding this, this KIT chapter, or your domains, or if you have any questions about the next tech talks that are going to be held, just speak up, okay? All right, so should I pick someone from the audience to speak? Should I do that now? Anyone who wants to share anything about the societies, the chapters that they are in?